for Cinestill Film. Shane Collins, myself. There they are on Instagram. When we look at that number, we're really not that impressed. 157,000 followers. Not really a big deal, but somehow this brand is going strong for what they do. We're going to talk about that. It's a really unique brand, and they do a really unique thing. They've stayed really strong within the photographic community. And since the year 2015, have actually, I guess they've made it through the really difficult times in film photography, and they're kind of put on a pedestal for that. They have a cult-like following, and we're going to see how that plays in a couple of different times. Advocacy is a big part of this brand's success on Instagram. So we see this hashtag Cinestill800T, which is one of their signature products. 276,000 posts. We'll compare that to Kodak and Ilford here in just a minute, but for a brand with that much less market share than a Kodak, that is really impressive. I say this is because of advocacy. We're going to talk about opportunities for growth as well. Cinestill's proprietary audience is as strong as companies with 4 times as many followers. So Cinestill is for still photography. Instagram is the obvious choice. Photographers and artists go there for inspiration, for discovery, and Cinestill takes advantage of that, not only by, saying, putting up an icon and saying view product in their online retail space, but also to show off. I guess it's really small right there. We can show off other artists using their products. So strengths, status symbol within a community, impeccable reputation. It's a premium product. It's actually about $16 a roll. That's twice as much as some of Kodak or Fujifilm or Ilford's products. See if I can move this thing. There we go. Cinestill is it's a strength and a weakness. They're unheard of to new or young photographers. They're also very expensive. I guess that's not really, that is what it is. That can be irrelevant, but I mean, they're basically unheard of to a lot of people who are photographers, who are maybe, have digital cameras or have iPhones and like making photographs that way. They're very much unheard of. And we'll talk more about that in just a second, but a lot of people who have stuck with film photography through its decline are older than 50. And we'll talk about that more here in just a minute. Opportunities, they're one of a few brands poised to capitalize on this new market of hybrid photography. People that shoot film but scan it rather than print it in a dark room. Their online retail space is not just their stuff, but they're starting to do more. They want to do more. They want to grow. And it's not cheap stuff. This is very, very expensive professional equipment. The biggest threat, film was dead. If they can't reach younger audiences or reach an audience that's willing to spend more money, the brand might disappear overall. So especially with companies like Kodak, I mean, that is a big company that does the same thing and then some. Fujifilm, big company, does the same thing and then some. Fujifilm reaches a tremendous audience. We're talking about millions of followers per I guess whatever national iteration that they may have. They have Fujifilm Japan, Fujifilm North America, Fujifilm UK, Fujifilm Peru. They all have every single one of those has more followers on Instagram than Cinestill does. They have just as much quality, and they offer consumer products at stores. So Cinestill can't really compete with that. But this opportunity, I mean, it's a real opportunity. So we're going to talk more about who that is in just a minute. This is some of their competitors, Kodak. And this is just the flagship Kodak. There's also a Kodak Shoot Film, Kodak North America, Kodak Motion Picture Film, Kodak or Eastman Kodak Company. Look at the posts though. Look at the posts. So we saw 200 and something thousand posts for Cinestill, 9.4 million hashtag Kodak. Hashtag Ilford, 1.88 million. So obviously much more reach. But are they necessarily reaching that really, really niche film photography community that is going to be growing in their photography hobby and potentially spending money on new products, on on the hybrid photography products that I've already mentioned, and are they advocates of Kodak or Ilford? So we had to do a little bit of guessing here because they weren't represented on these statistics, but yeah, we see male and female, male and female, male and female, male and female. People love photography. That's not really shocking. We see that combined with major retailers, major public figures, and that leads us to draw some conclusions for sure. And here, and about that, actually, that's Facebook and Instagram. So we can think it's probably a little bit younger, probably younger than 50. Pretty moderate. They like to shop. They probably pay a lot of attention to online reviews, ratings, and digital presence. But we can also assume they are creative, and they're going to follow other creative photography brands and artists. And in order to really hone in on a target audience, we can see that 25 to 34-year-olds are absolutely willing to spend money on products for photography. 35 to 44-year-olds are not as likely, and that's definitely going to be an opportunity to target that segment of the audience because they are financially capable. And that's a big part of it if you're talking about marketing premium products like Cinestill Film. They're probably educated. I'm just saying that because a lot of people that are interested in art have been educated at a university level, maybe took some art courses, are interested in photography, male or female. We can't really differentiate. We looked at major metropolitan areas, but I would say more importantly, they're gonna have a diverse array of things that they like. It could be travel and leisure, or it could be food and beverage, politics, current events, or design and architecture, even nature or going green. I mean, anything where they have a strong following, where they follow multiple things in a category, they may also be interested in photography. So we're going to look at Reed. Reed Hatley works for UBEO Solutions and Sales. They sell office equipment, and especially printers, digital offset printing presses. They do poster printers, stuff like that. For people that do printing and marketing work in-house, they sell that kind of equipment. He went to Texas State, business administration, bounced around a little bit. He's in Dallas. He's been in Dallas for a while, makes a pretty good commission, travels, drinks wine, goes to the vineyards and wineries with his fiance, does have a creative itch, probably follows some people within the industry that he knows, and some of those people are going to be graphic designers and photographers, certainly. So it's a really good idea for them to have these 35 to 44-year-olds get involved in the community, build that proprietary audience, get them to know the hashtag Cinestill 800T and Cinestill 50D. When it gets a like, they feel good. We want them to associate that with the brand. Posts per day. Posts per day. That definitely could be a heck of a KPI if they're reaching a new audience or they're reaching more of this audience. We will see an uptick in posts with these hashtags per day. And then I guess before that, really increase the audience and increase interest among that target audience. Cinestill uses good photography, as they should. They use an array of tags and artists to better reach 35 to 44-year-olds that aren't already interested in the brand. Cinestill should try to gain 200 followers a month. It's probably a stretch. Goal number 3, Cinestill's brand needs community and advocacy. Cinestill should be commenting on popular photographic hashtags every day, following up and coming photographers at least one a month, but mostly Cinestill will regram one up and coming photographer, a non-professional, once a week. Okay, so as far as content, still photography. Yeah, we're really not going to reinvent the wheel here. Utilize still photos with their signature products and these photographic artists. We can see view product right there. We can see the @ sign. We can see the @ sign. So audience engagement and development. Obviously very important. If they're not, since they're such a small player in the market overall, if they're not building this sense of community, they're probably, you can consider it losing a customer. I mean, their competitors are huge companies. They're not big companies. They have a much greater market share. So audience engagement is and has been their MO. Photographers that are interested in artistic kind of expression and photography seem genuinely grateful to have a photo posted by Cinestill because it's this genuine place in that photographic community. Kodak and Fuji are big corporations, and people looking for a break from that, people looking for a break from the commercial and corporate photography are going to gravitate, we hope, are going to gravitate towards Cinestill because they communicate in an organic manner, and it seems like their proprietary audience is doing all of the advertising for them. So definitely, yeah, definitely a unique brand. You know, I mean, they're focused on analog photography. They're growing into digital analog photography, but they need a crowd that makes a good living to really take a part in their online community, realize this, become loyal to the brand, become brand advocates, and start using these products for Cinestill to really grow in market share and also, I'm sorry, to grow in terms of audience, but also grow in terms of sales figures, grow as a company. So yes, the more 35 to 44-year-old professionals enjoy participating in the Cinestill community, the more they will identify with it, the better advocates they become. And eventually they propel Cinestill to an impressive market share